Suzi, hebu kamwone. Yule dem tulikuwa tunaambiwa.
Kwani amefanya?
Hizi shop zote 3 ni zake. Na hii next door anachukua pia.
Na imagine tuko na haka kitu kamoja tu.
Na bodyguards zako na wana.
Nasikia wanamshughulikia everything. ATM zake, credit card zake 24/7.
Hadi usiku.
Kwani 24/7 inamaanisha?
That means wanamlipia hata bill zake pia.
KRA, NHIF, UEFA. Nafanywa zote akiwa ametulia tu hivi.
Kitu kingine nasikia ni eti so secure.
Kwani kuna banki yake, si vitu kama hizi utakamtoa anaenda kwa bank.
Nasikia hiyo katu hivi. The whole day kwa tablet akifanywa kila kitu.
Na hao bodyguards wake ndio umpelekea do kwa majuu.
Unaona wale wawili wa soap au fanya bulk payments.
Nilisikia ni ati local accounts zake, foreign accounts zake anashughulikiwa.
Haki no wonder business yake imegrow hivyo. Lazima kuna banki yake special.
Your banking team is at your fingertips. Go digital. Visit coopbank.co.ke and click on New Internet Banking.
Suzi, hebu kamwone. Yule dem tulikuwa tunaambiwa.
Kwani amefanya?
Hizi shop zote 3 ni zake. Na hii next door anachukua pia.
Na imagine tuko na haka kitu kamoja tu.
Na bodyguards zako na wana.
Nasikia wanamshughulikia everything. ATM zake, credit card zake 24/7.
Hadi usiku.
Kwani 24/7 inamaanisha?
That means wanamlipia hata bill zake pia.
KRA, NHIF, UEFA. Nafanywa zote akiwa ametulia tu hivi.
Kitu kingine nasikia ni eti so secure.
Kwani kuna banki yake, si vitu kama hizi utakamtoa anaenda kwa bank.
Nasikia hiyo katu hivi. The whole day kwa tablet akifanywa kila kitu.
Na hao bodyguards wake ndio umpelekea do kwa majuu.
Unaona wale wawili wa soap au fanya bulk payments.
Nilisikia ni ati local accounts zake, foreign accounts zake anashughulikiwa.
Haki no wonder business yake imegrow hivyo. Lazima kuna banki yake special.
Your banking team is at your fingertips. Go digital. Visit coopbank.co.ke and click on New Internet Banking.
Suzi, hebu kamwone. Yule dem tulikuwa tunaambiwa.
Kwani amefanya?
Hizi shop zote 3 ni zake. Na hii next door anachukua pia.
Na imagine tuko na haka kitu kamoja tu.
Na bodyguards zako na wana.
Nasikia wanamshughulikia everything. ATM zake, credit card zake 24/7.
Hadi usiku.
Kwani 24/7 inamaanisha?
That means wanamlipia hata bill zake pia.
KRA, NHIF, UEFA. Nafanywa zote akiwa ametulia tu hivi.
Kitu kingine nasikia ni eti so secure.
Kwani kuna banki yake, si vitu kama hizi utakamtoa anaenda kwa bank.
Nasikia hiyo katu hivi. The whole day kwa tablet akifanywa kila kitu.
Na hao bodyguards wake ndio umpelekea do kwa majuu.
Unaona wale wawili wa soap au fanya bulk payments.
Nilisikia ni ati local accounts zake, foreign accounts zake anashughulikiwa.
Haki no wonder business yake imegrow hivyo. Lazima kuna banki yake special.
Your banking team is at your fingertips. Go digital. Visit coopbank.co.ke and click on New Internet Banking.
Thank you for trusting us as your #1 informative television. Join me, Rida Chebet, every day as I bring you the latest news at Maisha Live at 1 and update at 6, right here at Maisha Television.
Wakati mafuta imeongeza hivi, wao wameongeza commission yao to 28.1%.
I have a visual disability,
Yes,
which has been with me for a long time.
No, I'm asking the second part.
Suala la utovu wa nidhamu limezua hisia mseto nchini.
Caning is not bad for the students. Juu hata sisi wazazi wetu walikuwa natuadhibu tukiwa wadogo when we were growing up.
We are now more organized than ever before.
Indeed, this is the fastest growing television in Kenya.
At Maisha Television, we are impartial and independent.
The presidential election of the 26th October is hereby upheld.
Every day, we create distinctive professional programs, content which inform, educate, and entertain.
If the money has been approved, then it should be disbursed on time.
We go an extra mile to let you know of all that is happening around.
Wawe smart, wawe wasafi.
We make it easier for you to access information, a right provided by the Constitution. This is where your opinion counts. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Maisha Prime News. My name is Rida Chebet Kering. Here are some of our top stories.
The revival of the sugar industry is critical to the country and also to the well-being and welfare of the people who have for many years been dependent on cane farming.
Push to have Mumias Sugar Company back to work escalates as politicians call for transparency in the planned takeover of the miller.
The actual implementation took longer than we thought, and thereby we now went on to the other year. But that was the reason why we had decided to go that route.
Nakuru Governor Lee Kinyanjui on the spot over alleged misuse of 602 million Kenyan shillings COVID-19 fund. Welcome. The ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi is calling for transparency in the planned takeover of the struggling Mumias Sugar Company in the new recovery plan towards saving the miller. The receivership firm contracted by the Kenya Commercial Bank KCB is now said to have settled on steel tycoon Narendra Raval through a leasing deal. Mudavadi's call for transparency comes in the wake of reports that other bidders have been sidelined.
The revival of the sugar industry is critical to the country and also to the well-being and welfare of the people who have for many years been dependent on cane farming. As KCB or the receivers are looking at the possibility of getting investors in, we want to emphasize that it is important that the process is done smoothly, above board, because whoever that investor is, he will need the goodwill of the farmers, the goodwill of the public.
And still in Western Region, police have launched investigations into an incident where a student from Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology was found raped and murdered in Kakamega town on Wednesday. The student was found in a thicket after going missing on Tuesday evening, as Shane Amoga reports.
At Kithiko Estate in the outskirts of Kakamega town, large crowds gathered at the crime scene, where the body of a third-year student from Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology was found. The deceased was last seen on Tuesday, according to witnesses, amid reports that she was sexually assaulted before being killed by unknown assailants. Her semi-naked body, which had bruises on the thighs, was found in a thicket. Police suspect the student was accosted while heading to her rented house at the estate.
We were with the lady yesterday, but I can't even believe. It's just painful.
Tulipoamuka tumepata kwamba one of the students from Masinde Muliro University amerepiwa na kuuawa. Na ni kitendo ambacho kimefanyika mwendo wa tunasema saa 11 ama saa 10 ya usiku, manake tunapoangalia huyo mwili ungali uko na ile joto, ile damu bado haijagandamana.
Students at the university had decried the region's increasing insecurity, claiming that the latest incident is not an isolated incident.
Sio mara ya kwanza, imetendeka mara 3-4 na mzazi ametekemea mtoto yake kama huyu. Lakini laama hii sisi tunarudishia kwa watoto wenyewe, watoto wa university. Kuna vitu ambao wanafanya wenyewe marafiki. Unaona huyu rafiki, labda huyu msichana hawezi kuoa na watu wengine. Hawa na wenyewe watu wa university.
But it's very unfortunate that we come for our education without finishing, without getting our degrees. We go back with coffins. Why? We have given the security 2 weeks. 2 weeks to launch and interrogate what caused the murder. And we want the murderer to be brought into light.
The hotspot for the murders has been identified as the area around the Kithiko estate, with different students coming out to narrate their near-death ordeals.
This security light, hii kitu ilienda almost 2 years ago. Tume launch official report even to the kwa ofisi ya Oparanya. Akatupea mpaka namba, akatuambia in case of anything call us direct on SMS. We as students, we as leaders, tuna SMS, lakini there is nothing has been done. Tumekuwa na mkutano hapa ya security like 2-3 times, lakini hata wakati tunakuja tunafanya, there is action, there is no any implementation.
Kakamega Central OCPD David Kabena said the students' concerns will be addressed urgently and that investigations have begun. The deceased body has been transferred to the Kakamega County Referral Hospital mortuary. Reporting for Maisha TV, I'm Amoga Shane.
Well, President Uhuru Kenyatta has finally appointed the judges who were recommended by the Judicial Service Commission (JSC) more than 2 years ago. The head of state appointed 34 judges from the 41 who have been nominated by the Judicial Service Commission. Kenyatta declined to appoint Justices Weldon Korir, Agri Muchelule, George Odunga, and Professor Joel Ngugi. The nomination of 2 other candidates, Makori Evans Kiago and Judith Omange Cheriot, was also declined. The names of the rejected candidates have been referred back to the Commission. The Ministry of Environment and Forestry has begun piloting ecosystem restoration initiatives in Siaya and Busia counties to help people living in Lake Victoria Basin adapt to the climate change. The initiatives, which include tree planting, conservation, agriculture, and micro-irrigation, are aimed at increasing community resilience towards the climate change, which has resulted to the dwindling biodiversity. Speaking during the launch of the pilot phase of the project at Nyakongo Technical Training Institute in Rarieda Sub-County, the Chief Administrative Secretary in the Ministry of Environment, Mohamed Elmi, said the project will cost 500 million Kenyan shillings.
We need to understand this is a regional project, and the purpose of this project is actually to build the resilience of communities towards adapting to climate change. And if there are areas that have faced challenges from climate change, they are part within this region. You do recall recently we had floods, and there were a lot of outcry for people who had already been displaced from their homes. We have seen dwindling biodiversity, and all these are associated to climate change.
5th of June is the World Environment Day, so these activities is a run up to that time, and a lot of partners have come here together, not only to plant trees but actually to bring awareness to the communities. We would like, one of the major things that now we are pushing is it is in the law, agriculture, that at least 10% of your land, even if it is your farm, must be covered by trees, and it can be, for commercial purpose. We are also saying public space is also the same, and water towers like hills, we should do the same, and that's the message we are passing on.
In executing this project, particularly that is aimed at reducing vulnerability among the communities. In Siaya, the project is going to be in Bondo sub-county and Rarieda sub-county. In Rarieda sub-county, we have 2 groups, and in Bondo sub-county, 1 beneficiary group. The activities involved tree planting, soil conservation activities, and also activities that are empowering groups in nature. For example, poultry production, but using the solar technology. So we are also bringing use of non-renewable energy, that is solar, as a way of empowering the communities.
Now alarmed by the rising cases of teen pregnancies in Trans Nzoia County, the Catholic Church in the region has set up a child protection unit in a bid to curb the vice in the county. The move by the church to intervene on the matter follows what it says is a rise in the number of schoolgirls impregnated by their male colleagues. The unit mandate include creating awareness among learners by visiting schools and communities to engage students and their parents. The church is also urging the security agencies to be tough on parents and administrators who encourage the vice.
The main cause of it is mainly, I think, poverty around our circles. Also, COVID-19 brought about this issue. Like last year when learners were home, that is what the result we are seeing them now this year. I think that period was too long. They stayed at home for so long and it caused all these teenage pregnancies.
Unakuta labda mvulana ametorokea Uganda, alafu tukifuata tupate apitie kwa sheria, inakuwa ni changamoto.
Unakuta wanarandaranda kwa sasa, hawachukui maanani huyu msichana naye ni mtoto kama mkijana, na kijana naye pikipiki ukiwa nayo naye ataenda kwa barabara asahau masomo. Hiyo ndio shida ambayo ninaona area hii iko saiti.
Young men dating or marrying older women continue to face criticism, but does age gap matter in a relationship, or is age just a number? We reached out to some Kenyans and religious leaders just to understand how the age differences matters. Let's have a look.
Young men are now opting to marry women that are way older than them.
Today is a big day, bro.
It is not exactly a new discovery, but it does spark up the question of why they are choosing older women as compared to their peers or someone that is younger than them.
Siko baya, lakini angalie. Winnie, mina kashosho.
The union between a younger gentleman and an older woman is not unique. An increasing number of young men are dating older women today. This emerging trend is a pointer that such romantic relationships are no longer about money, as different couples cite diverse reasons for being together. Social pundits also agree that the phenomenon of younger men dating older women is an indication of what they term age integration. The cross-generational relationships are a sign that the society is undergoing a transformation. Traditionally, younger women prefer older men because of their financial stability and experience in life. In general, romantic relationships, according to pundits, serve 5 functions: sexual gratification, reproduction, supportive care, placement, and giving children an identity. Some of the reasons for the robust transformation comes in the wake of the loneliness suffered by widows and divorcees that drives many women to the arms of men who show they care even if they are half their age. Also, other young men claim that majority of the conversation that most young women have do not really interest the young men anymore. Young men are attracted to the intellectual side of such older women. In short, older women are able to hold a conversation with more substance. They understand better and also are more experienced in terms of knowledge, career, managing finance, taking decisions as well. Meanwhile, couples who defy the traditional belief that men should be older in relationships argue that compatibility and respect for each other matters. Legally, there are no provisions that compel men of legal age to date or marry younger women. It is therefore not strange to see an older woman with a younger man in most social places in the country's major cities and towns. Nevertheless, society still frowns on such relationships where the woman is older, and it is for this reason that some opt to elope, cohabit, or wed in private.
Chanzo ni pesa. Once upate sugar mami ako na pesa, utaona umefika. So unatafuta pesa, utaona sasa hapa sipanduki.
Tumepolelea kwa hao mama sababu ya pesa. Nikitafuta msichana, nataka msichana ananiomba pesa. Sina pesa. Msichana anataka umpe pesa, umlishe, umfanye ndiye akupe chenye unataka. Lakini mama yeye anakulipa tena anakuita unaenda kwake, anakufanyia kila kitu. Sasa hiyo kitu ndiyo imetuathiri sisi vijana.
Most couples in relationships where the woman is older wonder why it is never an issue when a man is dating a woman 20 years younger. Religious leaders have also shed light on the cons of intergenerational relationships or marriage. Reverend Robert Bushebi is the pastor of Gospel Believers Fellowship in Bungoma.
Ikiwa kijana mdogo ama mvulana mdogo anaolewa na mama ambaye ni wa umri kumuliko, nafikiri hapo kimsingi, kama vile ninavyoelewa Biblia na hadithi ambazo tunazisoma katika Biblia, kimsingi kuna kasoro. Kuna mambo mengine katika Biblia si lazima yataandikwa moja kwa moja kwa kifungu fulani, bali unaposoma Biblia kwa ujumla utapata kwamba kuna misingi ama kanuni fulani za kimsingi ambazo tunazipata katika Biblia. Nafikiri nikipeana mfano wa Adam and Eve ama Adam and Hawa. Adam na Hawa, nafikiri aliyeumbwa kwanza alikuwa Adam. Kama vile Paulo anavyosema kwamba Adam alikuwa wa kwanza. Alafu Hawa aliumbwa baadaye. Kwa hivyo katika kanuni hiyo ya ndoa, nafikiria kwamba ni vyema mwanamume awe wa umri mkubwa kuliko mwanamke, kimsingi kama mimi mchungaji katika neno la Bwana. Na kwa hivyo kutakuwa na tofauti mbalimbali ambazo zinaweza tokezea, ambazo zitaleta utata. Haswa tunaposema kwamba mwanamume awe mkubwa katika umri, maana yake pia anahitajika kuwa na nguvu zaidi za kumkimu yule mke. Na pia kama vile ninavyoelewa, mwanamke ama mama ambaye anaolewa na kijana mdogo, mvulana, huwa ana nguvu za kimwili zaidi kuliko yule kijana mdogo. Kwa hivyo utapata kimapenzi pengine yule kijana hataweza kujikimu kwa yule mama ili kuendelea kuishi naye upande huo. Na mambo mengine ambayo yanaweza kutokea kuathiri ndoa hiyo ni kwamba kuna ukuaji wa kimwili, ambapo haswa kuna viungo tofauti tofauti huwa vinakuwa katika miili zetu sisi wanadamu. Unaweza pata mama huyo amekomaa kiakili kuliko kijana mdogo yule. Kwa hivyo itakuwa na tofauti, na mambo hayo ama jambo hilo linaweza kuleta utata wa kuelewana katika ndoa yao. Jambo